What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking all about tubes, rubber tubes, tubulito tubes, and this new revolutionary tube. I'm not too sure if it's actually new, but it did just come across my desk because one of my friends on a forum sent this to me saying that it was new. The design looked very familiar to a revolutionary tube about 15 years ago by Fly Bikes, and Huffy just came out with it. So I just want you to imagine yourself riding a skate park and maybe your friend comes lurking out of the bowl to show you his art project of his initials that he just made, and you're in the middle of a trick and he trips and falls and you run it over. And that's how you get a flat tire. Well, that's not necessarily the way people get flat tires these days. They're usually riding street or maybe getting a pinch flat at the park, but I mean, I guess this just makes sense because we needed to do some type of skit in order to get flat tires to be able to do this video. All right, so standard tube is just what it is. It's a piece of rubber, standard tube, usually costs between $3 and $5. And then you have a tubulito tube like this, which is more of like a latex material, but it's more, I guess, puncture resistant, that's what they say. I've actually gotten less flat tires with a tubulito. The only time I've ever actually gotten one is when the spoke is poking through the rim and then it hits the tube. I've never actually gotten a pinch flat with them, but I have seen, you know, horror stories where people have gotten flats with these bad boys. But that just goes with any tube these days. So with that being said, my horror of getting a flat tire like you just saw there, how do we change it? Without tools, without a pump? Well, just so happens we have a pump, but if you're ever on the streets and you end up picking up one of these tubes, you want to make sure you pick up one of those CO2 canisters that have a little pump nozzle on the end. That way you can carry it in your bag with this tube and you'll always be good. All right, so I didn't get an actual flat off it, but I did get these nails sticking straight out. So we know that there is a flat in there. I mean, look at this, ready? My gosh, this thing is stuck in there. This is the Huffy, what are they calling this thing? The quick change inner tube. Now I'm pretty interested in how this works because the Fly version had like an area where you would loop it and then you would put the valve stem through it, and that's how it held itself within there. This one has like, oh, now it's going to leak. Can't even get these out. This one has like a weird little button cap at the end, which we're going to test out. I'm not going to use any tools to take this off. I'm only going to use a pump to pump it up. And yes, I did sacrifice 2 inner tubes for this video. That way I could show you guys how this thing works. And I'm actually pretty interested to see if this actually does work and can be a viable option for you if you're out in the streets or skate park and you want to be as minimal as possible with tools and tubes. All right, so it's just one long tube, just how you would imagine, and when we pump it up, it's supposed to button together like that. We're not going to use any tools to take this off. I am going to let the rest of the air out so we can just pop the tire off the rim. Now, one thing to note, if you have a tire rim combo like I normally ride, which is a tubeless compatible rim tire combo, it won't work. I'm not saying it won't work, but you're gonna have to have some like real He-Man hands in order to make it happen. First thing you wanna do is be able to make sure that it is completely de-beaded off the rim like that. And then you can wrinkle it over and start to pull the tire over the rim like that. You will want to have a knife on you to be able to make this happen. I can imagine being out in the streets is like, how are you going to get this tube out, you know, if you have that issue. So, said knife. I have a link to this in case you guys are into it, Raven Crest Tack Tool. Right after the tube is out, you always want to inspect the tire to make sure that there's nothing else in there that can poke the new tube, and we're good. Now I always put a little bit of air in all of my tubes to kind of give it some shape before I put them in the rim. I'm not too sure if that's going to be something that you can do with this, but I think like that much air would probably help it. All right, so you find the valve hole, compressor in there, feed it through. I'm telling you, I can already tell that this is going to be an awesome option. Start to tuck it. Otherwise, I feel like the tire will make it to where the tube just wants to pop out the whole time. Some tires will require like a tire lever in order to get it off and on, depending on how tight your setup is. But I'm running foldable Kevlar tires, so they're pretty easy to get off just with your fingers. So at the end, you just want to pop it on like this. Not too sure if that's even going to be secure enough to put it in there. Wow, it's super easy. I wonder why this idea never took off. I mean, I understand like pricing, but I feel like we're in such a different place now with the market because people are willing to spend $30+ on a tube from Tubulito, that I feel like something like this is extremely feasible. Actually, these tubes were, I think I got them for 12 bucks a piece. Might be wrong, but I'll put the link in the description below if you guys want to check them out. I got them on Amazon. Or just about at the pressure I would normally run. There it is, 75 in the front. Super easy, I like that. So we'll do the back now. All right, same thing for the back. See if we have any nails through here. Yep, right here. All right, same thing, debead it. You'll hear it pop off of the inner seating of the inner wall of the rim, all the way around on both sides. You want that to do it. I'm definitely going to be keeping like a bunch of these in my bags just in case, because this is a pretty awesome feature. So basically here's going to be a test to be able to show you on the rear how this probably works. So when it's in the rim, these two buttons seat up like that and they keep it together to where it won't move in the rim, so it makes a full tube. It's such a neat design though, man. Feel that? Alright, feel that?
Definitely lighter.
Yeah, I mean it's noticeable. I don't know if it's like drastic, but it's definitely noticeable.
You weren't man enough to sacrifice 2 tubolitos.
I know how the comments would be. Button her up. I mean, this tube is perfect for the person that also loves it when their wheel's in the right spot and they hate taking off their back tire. I'm one of those people, I don't really care about my wheel being not in the right spot, but I hate taking off my back wheel. It's like one of the worst things ever. All right, this one is right where I like it. All right, that one's right where I like it, and now we can follow through with the 180 on flat. Call it a day. All right guys, I got a little bit of trash to clean up, but the Huffy quick change kit, I'll link in the description below if you guys want to pick them up. I'm definitely picking up 2 more of these bad boys, put in my bag. If you guys have any home remedies to be able to stop flats of your own, put them in the comments below. I'm sure other people would enjoy and also appreciate that. So with that being said, if you guys have any other suggestions for future videos, put them in the comments below. If you guys like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.